Hello, Graham Wallace here again, and just bringing you another little video here during this lockdown period of how to work your time clock. So the time clock which we have been installing quite a bit for a lot of our customers has been this one here in front of me, the Combi Pack 4, which is from EPH. It's a great wee clock, and I say we've had great feedback with these clocks, and it's just a quick demo of how to work your clock, because we go over it with every customer, but sometimes they can't forget obviously what we've told them, and sometimes the instructions on these boxes can be hard to follow. So here is the clock and the receiver. So this is your receiver, which you will find somewhere usually closely to the boiler, which will be wired into the boiler. And this is what picks up the signal from the clock. So the clock is obviously what I'm going to be talking to you about. So our EPH clock. So as you can see, these are clearly not the right times or dates or anything I have on here. And basically I'm just going to start from the start whenever we set the clock up. So as you can see from the top right hand corner of the screen, it shows low battery. So I'm just going to show you how to change the batteries on it first of all. So this is where your batteries are changed from here. Take them off. Out they come. And then goes the new batteries, which will bring up a whole new display here. So what we have to do now is set up the date and time, and to do that we go into time. So starts off with the year, so the year is 2020. We then hit OK, and it says 01, and there's a small M just to the right of that. I don't know if you can maybe see that or not, but basically, and if you don't press the buttons quick enough, it goes back to your home screen, so I have to go back into time. The year, we're happy with the year. The month, so the month is April, and the date, hit OK. The date then starts to flash, and the date then comes up, and we put in today's date, which is Monday the 20th of April. Hit OK, and the time is 11 o'clock, and make it just 11:05, and then hit OK. So there's our date and time setup, and then what comes up here is a couple of different options here which you can choose from. So this will be your time clock settings. So what you have here is 5 and 2D, that stands for 5 and 2 days. Then you have 7-day program, and then 24-hour program. So the 5 and 2 days is Monday to Friday will be the same, Saturday and Sunday is different. You've got the 7-day program, which means that every day will be different to the next day. And then you've got a 24-hour program, which means that every day will be the exact same. So the majority of people we work for will probably opt for the Monday to Friday being the same, and the Saturday and Sunday different. So that's what we'll show you here first of all. So we hit OK, and then that's you back onto the home screen. So as you can see, you've got the date and time, everything's set up, and the current temperature in the room, 23.2. So I'm not in Spain, by the way. I wish I was, and I should be in Spain. But anyway, so basically we're going to start at the start. So how to turn it on and off. So we've got basically MAN for manual. So that's manual is just basically on, and it'll be on all the time until it reaches the desired temperature which you set it for. So at the minute, as you can see, it says off. So at the minute we're going to switch it on. So if I hit MAN for manual, as you see, manual comes up. You might have noticed the wee Wi-Fi signal there coming up, which means it's sending the signal over to the receiver. So when it's on manual at the minute, because it's currently 23.3 degrees in here. If I hit the temperature buttons, that shows me my target temperature. So if I want to bring the heating on, I will bring the temperature up above the current room temperature, which was 23.3. So if I bring it up to 25 degrees, hit OK. And as you can see now, the flame is on, which is telling me that the boiler is now firing up. Okay, now if I want to keep it at a nice ambient temperature, most of the time, most houses are normally kept anything around between maybe 19 and 21. So if we set it up at say 19 degrees, hit OK, as you can see the flames off, and that just means now the heating won't come on until the clock drops below 19 degrees. Okay, so a lot of people do work their time clock like this, where they just leave it on manually, and what they do is they bring the temperature up to whatever they feel is necessary for them during the day, and then before they go to bed at night, they'll bring the temperature down to maybe say 14-15 degrees, where it more than likely won't come on during the night. Okay, so that's one way of operating it, and it is a popular way of operating it. And if you just basically want to have your heating off, that's the off button there, which means that it won't come on, and the only reason it will come on will be if it drops below 5 degrees. Okay, so it's a frost protection stat. Now, to set up your program, if we go into PROG for program, hit the program button, and there, as you can see along the top here, we've got Monday to Friday. And then on the left hand side we've got it numbered 1 to 6. So as you can see there, numbered 1 means that it comes on, number 2 means it goes off, 3 is on, 4 is off, 5 is on, 6 is off. So what you've got is 3 settings coming on, 3 settings going off each day. But as you can see there, because I haven't pressed any buttons, it always goes back to the home screen. So if we press the program button again, and we go back into the program, so number 1 setting coming on at 6:30 in the morning. So if I want to change 6:30, I just push the plus or the minus buttons, and I bring it down to whatever I feel I want it at. So if we set it there at 6 o'clock coming on, hit OK, and then the temperature starts to flash. So what temperature do you want the house to be at when the heating comes on at 6 o'clock? So you then bring that up or down to whatever you feel is necessary, and then hit OK. And once I hit OK here, notice that the number 1 will change to number 2, and this will be your going off time. So it's coming on at 6 o'clock, and at the moment it's going off at 8 o'clock. And if I hit OK here, your off temperature starts to flash. Now this is quite important, and this is a mistake that a lot of people would do, is they keep their off temperatures sometimes set up quite high, the same temperature as their on temperature. But that's a bit of a mistake unless you want your heating to be on all day. So basically what you have to remember is when your heating goes off at 8 o'clock in the morning, this is the temperature you don't want the house to drop below between 8 o'clock in the morning and the next time it's due to come on. Okay, so most of the times you would keep these down low. Some people like to keep their house maybe at a nice ambient temperature all day, maybe say 15. Other people, if they're out at work, they just don't want it coming on at all, so they'll bring the temperature right down to 5 degrees, which is the minimum. And then you hit OK, and then you'll go to number 3 here. So coming on again at 12 midday. Some people, again, if they're at work, they maybe don't want it coming on. So what they can do is they can keep that as it is, hit OK, and then number 4 setting, they can bring that down, back down to 12 o'clock, which just means that it counteracts during the day. And as you can see, number 3 and 4 are lit up. And then because we're on number 4 setting, which is time to go off, again, don't forget, bring your off temperature down a good bit so that the heating doesn't come on during the day then for you. Hit OK. Coming on again at number 5 setting, which is 5:30 in the evening. So yeah, say we're coming home at 5:30, we want it coming on half an hour before we get home, hit OK, and then what temperature do you want it to be, and then your last temperature going off, or last time, sorry, going off at 10 o'clock at night, hit OK, and then your off temperature. So this will be through the night. When your heating goes off at 10 o'clock at night, this is the temperature you don't want the house to drop below, so you might keep it, say, maybe at 12 degrees. Hit OK, and then as you can see, we now go to Saturday and Sunday, and then again you go through your 6 different times there on the left hand side, and you set up Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so if you want to come back to the home screen, you can either just not touch anything for a while, or you can hit one of these buttons along the side here, like I'll do now, and that brings it back to your home screen. So as you can see, we're still on manual here. And if I want to now work it off the time clock, I would then press auto here on the left hand side. And that means we're now on auto, we're working it off the time clock, and we're on number 2 setting because it went off at 8 o'clock and that was the last setting it was on. So come 12 o'clock here, it will then change from number 2 to number 3. Right, so we've gone through these settings here. What you have here is the holiday mode, and that basically means as it is holiday. So if you want to go in holiday, or you are going on holiday, you can hit the holiday button, and then what it says there is holiday from. So you put in the date, the month, the year, and the time that you're going to be going on holiday from. So you go through your hit OK, go through the dates and times, and then as you can see it now says holiday, that's what date and everything you're going to be holidaying to. So again, you go through all those dates and times, and then as you come out of that there, because we didn't set it up properly, it just goes back on to auto here. But once you've set it up properly and it goes on the holiday set times, it will say holiday there along the bottom for you. Okay. Copy button, well, that copy button is for whenever you're setting up your programs. Okay, so the way we had set it up from Monday to Friday and then Saturday and Sunday the same, but if you go into the 7-day program, basically you can copy your days then you can copy Monday to Tuesday. Maybe if you do shift work, you might be off on a Wednesday, so you want Wednesday to be different, so you might copy Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday the same, and so on basically. And the boost button, well, it's self-explanatory, but you can boost it up to 3 hours on this clock. So if I hit boost there, just to give you a quick demo. So as you can see there, it says boosting to 12:13. So that jumped up an hour. If I hit it again, it's boosting to 13 minutes past 1. And if I hit it again, 13 minutes past 2. So that's 3 hours. That's now boosting. But if I hit it again, it just goes off and that's you back to your original time. So if you do want to boost the clock, as I say, if you note the time there, 13 minutes past 11, hit the boost button. There's just boosting it for an hour. You're happy with the hour, hit OK. And then what temperature do you want the house to be at for that next hour? So you bring that up or down to whatever you feel that you want it to be at, and then hit the OK button. And that's you now, you're boosting it for the next hour till 13 minutes past 12. And at the moment it's not on because the temperature is higher than what I've set it for. So if you want to just come off the boost button rather than pressing any of the other buttons, you just press the boost button and that's you back to your normal settings. So I hope this has helped somebody. If there's any questions or anything else you want to know about it, please send me a message or write in the wee box there below, and I can go over a couple other things if needs be. And I hope this helps. Okay, cheers.